Hello, everyone. I decided to just go in straight through and make some videos, so we're all going to be bombarded. I'm going to just go straight to do a pom pom without having to use a pom pom maker. All pom pom makers are typically the same type of strategy to make a pom pom. They're pretty cheap and economical, so I suggest probably getting a pom pom maker if you plan to get into doing pom poms all the time. But for sake of being on the fly, you have cardboard probably lying around. Um, do that. Go ahead and save money and just use a piece of cardboard for now. And what I did is about 2 inches, I guess. So this will be a pom pom with probably after the trimming, maybe 1.5 inches diameter, maybe. Um, I'm doing a small one just for the sake of being able to fit it on the camera and not have to do a lot of extra work. The bigger pom pom you make, the more you have to wind it around whatever you're winding it around. In this case, a piece of cardboard. I'm probably going to wind this around a bajillion times just because I want a dense pom pom. The more dense pom pom you want, the more times you wind it around. And you have super good scissors. So these are my set of really good scissors I use for fabric only. Not cutting nothing else so it doesn't dull the blade as much. I don't use these to cut like plastic or anything like that. Just fabric. And what else can I say? So I cut this notch out just because as I slide this pom pom out, I'm going to wrap it around the center. You don't have to do that. I just did that because I'm being want to be a smarty pants. But anyways, so we're just gonna go and start wrapping this around. Maybe I'll wrap it around facing this way actually. So I'm just gonna hold it down with my thumb. You don't have to tie it or anything because once you start wrapping it and overlapping it'll be fine. It should hold. So we're gonna go 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You might have seen folks do this on forks as well. Those make little tiny pom poms. Otherwise, you need a gigantic fork. But I'm pretty sure maybe like 100 times. We'll do this like 100 times and see how that looks. I do have a pair of little curved scissors that I like to use on pom poms, but I haven't made a pom pom in actually maybe even years. So I couldn't find those scissors. They're somewhere. They're somewhere. But anyways, just keep winding as much as you can. Maybe even a little over 100. Let's see how dense this will be. Maybe that's about good enough. This is smaller pom pom. The less you have to wind it around your cardboard. Let's just call it a day there and see what happens. Otherwise, if you want it to be dense, you just keep trimming it down until it gets dense. And just make note of how many times you've wound it around. And of course, I didn't think about this through. I wound it around pretty tight. So trying to slide this down will cause me to actually bend the cardboard. And I'm getting to my little contraption here where I can fit the yarn through. And you can people just use the same yarn to wrap around this and tie it. I've found I've used different things before just because I've actually snapped the yarn in before, pulling it so tight that I broke it. So you will lightly get it there. Ideally, I would have measured this perfectly in half, but for sake of demonstration, I like to tie it off pretty good, pretty tight. I might do another strand around and tie it once I do this part. So you'll get your scissors. Some people, you can just slide off the cardboard all the way. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Sometimes I try to cut it left on there, but get your scissors and go through all those loops and start cutting straight up and down as good as you can. Otherwise, it'll be lopsided. Make sure I got all those. I also like to make sure I have my loop here still, because I tied it not there. Sorry, folks. I'm off to a good start here. I feel that it's kind of loose, so I'm getting kind of scared here. So I'm going to tie another knot and cinch it. There we go. I feel it now. You can feel it tighten. Make sure it's good and tight because it'll just come apart really easily. There we go. I actually should have left a longer here, because this is what you tie it to, like to the top of a crocheted or knitted cap. Go in here, get to those loops, line it up straight up and down as much as you can so it's not so lopsided, because now we'll go through and fix it, because it's not going to be even. So once you fluff it out, see how there's a lot of space in here. It's probably not as dense as you would like it to be. Very rustic looking too. It's not even around everywhere. So you get your scissors, and then that's when you start going around. If you're someone that cuts hair, you will be a star at this. Oop, I see a loop I missed. I see several. If you see any loops, just cut them. See how this looks kind of fluffy still. You can get a pretty dense one by wrapping around a lot more times than I just did in the video. I kind of lost count, to be honest. I thought I did up to 100 times, almost 100 there. But I'm going to keep trimming this down. Some people use a template, a circle template. Make sure you don't cut your tails off, because I'm going to use these tails to attach it to something. See? You can use it to tie it to things. And this is where you have fun going around. And the closer you cut it, the more it gets firmer. I can already tell that it's starting to firm up pretty good. I can cut closer, but for sake of example and a brief video here, I probably will just leave it at that. So here's a simple little pom-pom. I could have made it a bit tighter by wrapping it around a few more times, but I can get this to be super dense, but of course I would start to lose the size of it. So this size is probably good for a child's cap, or I can make it a little bit denser, smaller, for like a baby caps, pom-pom for a baby hat cap thing. Now the OCD in me wants to keep going. But anyways, I'm sure you get the gist of it now. Go ahead and take a stab at trying to make a pom-pom. You can also, what I've done before is I've crocheted decorations. So here, obviously our sampler scarf, you can use a single or even double crochet and maybe crochet a foundation chain that's probably like 4 feet, 5 feet long, and then crochet maybe 2 or 3 rows, half double, alternating whatever you want. You can create a ridge in there by crocheting on the back loop, like I demonstrated in class before. You can make kind of like a garland strap or a garland piece, and then you can make tons of pom poms of colors of your choice, and then tie these to that um, crocheted garland, and you can make a little, party decoration or something for a friend's baby nursery, um, using like blue ombers, like how this is a light blue, baby blue, sky blue, powder blue, whatever. Um, that's what I've done with the pom poms before. One time I've made probably about 40. So I can do a garland, which I wish I can find where I put it. Otherwise, I would demonstrate. But that's something fun you can do with the pom pom as well, besides using pom poms on the top of caps, hats, beanies, whatever. That's the only other thing I can think of where to put them. You can maybe make slippers and put these on the toes. So, as I mentioned before, have some fun and make some, and maybe you'll fall in love with pom poms and spend a week or two making a whole bunch. Have a good one, everyone.